The gentlelady yields. The gentleman, Mr. Stanton, is recognized now for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Inspector General Sopko, for being here today. As we focus on the withdrawal from Afghanistan and the resulting impact, I want to thank the many Afghans who did work alongside U.S. forces and U.S. officials for 20 years, particularly members of the female tactical platoon. These courageous women risked their lives by doing what male soldiers couldn't in a majority Muslim country, searching and questioning women and children in pursuit of Taliban targets. During the 2000 missions, they served alongside Green Berets, Navy SEALs, and Army Rangers. Their work to support the United States mission, along with their gender, makes them and their families top targets for the Taliban. Yet not all of them have been allowed to come to the United States, and of those who are in the United States, 1/3 are still awaiting asylum. I will continue to push Congress to pass the Afghan Adjustment Act, a necessary step towards repaying and saving those who served alongside the U.S. mission. Inspector General, I know you earlier clarified with questioning from my colleague, Representative Barra, that you don't have direct jurisdiction to audit the Special Immigrant Visa Program. However, the Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction's most recent quarterly report does include updates from the State Department regarding the Afghan SIV program. What steps has the Biden administration taken to address the needs of Afghans who did partner with the United States in various capacities but would not be eligible for SIVs?
Again, because we have not been tasked or to look at that, we haven't. We're just reporting what the status is, an updating on what's happening that's significant. We have not looked into that issue.
What has the Biden administration done to expedite SIV processing?
Again, we have not looked at the SIV program specifically.
Okay. The previous questioner talked about the impact of Taliban policies, terrible policies as it relates to women. The Taliban discriminates heavily against women, highlighting the vulnerability of the female tactical platoon members who are still in Afghanistan or who have not been granted United States visas. Are you aware of any actions the international community could have to compel or motivate the Taliban to lift some restrictions on Afghan women and girls, particularly limits on education or participation in civil society workforce?
I know the international community, including the UN and United States, objected to it, but it wasn't successful. I don't have an answer to as what could have worked with the Taliban. I think you have a situation where the current leadership of the Taliban really don't care what we think about women's rights.
Okay. There are reports now that Pakistan wants to forcibly remove up to 1.7 million Afghan refugees immediately. What impact might Pakistan's plan to forcibly remove, what might be the impact, excuse me, of Pakistan's plan to forcibly remove Afghan refugees?
Well, if it includes people who worked with the U.S. government or assisted the prior government in doing work, it puts all of those individuals in peril. Just recently, the Pakistan government announced that their repatriation of Afghans would not include people in Pakistan awaiting the SIV or the P1, P2 process to be finalized. The problem is we don't know if that's firm. It could change, the whims of the Pakistan government. It also doesn't really address the other issue, and again, I apologize that we haven't looked at the program, we haven't been tasked to do it, that it's going to take years for those people in Pakistan to either hear a yay or nay to coming to the United States or another country. So it causes concern. I think you're concerned about it, and we are too, about what Pakistan is doing.
All right, thank you very much. I have other questions. I'll submit it in writing, and I will yield back. Thank you, Mr.